This is so wild because the Lord was just ministering to me the last couple days about healing specifically and deliverance. Healing is deliverance. Jesus went around healing all who were oppressed of the devil. And, you look at my other videos, I had two individuals in wheelchairs who turns out they did not want to be made well. And I come after my walk and I'm sitting down at this park on a bench and I see this young man with what seems to be his mother. And as they're walking closer, I notice that he is walking with a limp. And I know it's the Lord, bringing him to me. But again, not everyone wants to be made well. And he comes and I ask him a quick question. I'm like, hey, what is your condition? And he lets me know it's cerebral palsy. First off, I want to make known to you that these conditions are just demons made famous. They're given a name, as the Lord has shown me. Again, Jesus went around doing good and healing all who were oppressed of the devil. And I said, could I lay hands on you? Could I heal? Could I pray for you? And he took a moment and he's like, yes. And he got a little emotional and he said, no, I think I'm okay. You can pray for me, just not when I'm present. And again, I want to say to you, not everyone wants to be made well. He said he had been experiencing this ever since he was little. But when Jesus went to the man at the pool of Bethesda, after 30 years lying there, he said, do you want to be made well? What I did was I asked him indirectly, do you want to be made well? Thank you, Lord. Apparently he did not want to be. And see, he was emotional. Now, people think that their emotion justifies them, but emotion does not justify you before God. There were so many people. Jesus went to go raise this individual from the dead, this little girl. And on the way, he gets news that, she has died, right? The father hears this and he's like, don't be afraid, only believe. And they go there and the people are weeping. And he says, do not weep, for she is not dead, but asleep. She's only asleep. And it says the people ridiculed him. Why? Because they were emotional. They justified themselves by their emotion. And so many unbelieving believers are like this. So many people think they're so justified by their emotion. But Christ was present to heal that child, and they were getting in the way. And what did he do? Push them out. He put them out. Peter also did this in an instance where, again, these individuals came to get Peter to pray for this woman who was very beloved in the community. And the women and people start coming and showing them all the things that she had made for them, and they're weeping. What did Peter do? He put them out because they were emotional. They were in unbelief. And Peter lays hands on her, prays for her, and she's raised from the dead. Again, Jesus did the same thing. He said, Talitha kumai, which means, translated, little girl, I say to you, arise. And she arose. This is the point I want to make, my friends. Jesus is present to heal. And if you're going to get in the way of God's healing and justify yourself by emotion, you think you're right, but you're self-righteous. You judge those who actually want to do the will of God. Thank you, Lord. And you ridicule Christ in the process. You need to let the Lord do what he's good. If you're not going to do it, you need to let the Lord do it, because so many of you are so emotional about things going on in people's lives. But don't be unbelieving, but believing.